Get in, nerds! We are playing Victoria 3. We are working on getting our market prepared for having a lot more construction capacity. So, first thing we need to do is I gotta do a quick check and make sure I'm good to go on railways. Ooh, I could go to diesel trains. It's not gonna be that much. I'm doing it. We're doing it. Alright. Let me wait for those to get re-employed, and then we'll see how that impacts the market. What does that do to oil prices? Oil prices are solid. They're okay. We're at... railways are not in the list. Alright, so now we're going to take a quick look. That should produce a ton more infrastructure. So now we'll see where we need more infrastructure. This isn't the game. This isn't you. This is the game. Alright. Ooh, actually, in the Dakotas, we're a little short. Oh my gosh, I'd never built railways in North Dakota. Embarrassing. Alright, so we'll build... Let me see, it's 40 infrastructure per railway now, which is pretty impressive. We'll do a few more in the South Dakota. We'll do a few in Michigan, which is a little short. Let me see. Anywhere else in the market? I should just sort by infrastructure, huh? Let me see. Wow, there are a lot of places. We'll do a couple in each of these states in Tawantinsuyu, just to grab those areas. Miranda's a little short. We'll put a couple there. Bolivar, a little short. Bolivar and Miranda are not incorporated, which is a little bit unfortunate. Antego Fasta. I'm not bothering about Japan. That's not my market, so it's kind of not my business. And Gera. And then we got a couple places that are pretty short, which I will go ahead and hit just to make sure that they're not chronically short. I don't need to go too far with this. But everything in Uruguay and up, I need to throw at the top of the queue just to get those done ASAP. So here we go. So that's not too many. Am I building my construction sectors? I still am. Those will get done really fast, though. So we'll throw those over at the top, and then we'll get those railways done. Next, we're going to need to build up steel production capacity, because that's going to be the next kind of gateway on what we need. I think it's time to start building steel somewhere else. Where do we have a lot of labor available? A lot in Colorado. Decent amount in Wyoming and Idaho. A lot in Oregon. Does Oregon have native iron? Doesn't look like it. So I'm looking for a place with iron. Utah does have iron mines. Colorado does not have iron mines. It has coal mines, but I don't think it's necessary to build coal mines. So we'll do Utah. Utah, ooh, actually not a lot of labor available in Utah. A lot in Wyoming. Coal mines, but no iron. Nebraska. And now we're going back to South Dakota. What about Montana? Montana got any iron mines? It does. Oh my goodness. And it doesn't have any urban industry whatsoever. There's a lot of labor here. Alright, let's do it. Montana's got plenty of infrastructure. We'll queue in a couple of railways at the top of this thing, and then we'll throw in just an unbelievable number of steel mills. Actually, we'll throw in 5 levels of coal mines, and then for steel mills, we'll just throw in 30 levels. So it's going to be a pretty significant steel expansion. How many steel mills have we currently got in the whole economy? Where are steel mills? I passed them. So that's actually not even going to be a 10% increase. I could do more. I could do more. 10% increase. So with that 10% increase, that's going to get us only actually part of the way there. We need 20%. So, Tennessee, my lovely iron emporium. Kentucky, no, Kentucky's coal. I mean, Kentucky's got coal mines, got iron mines. Steel mills here are not as productive as they could be, which is a little bit of a shame. It's because of the expensive electricity. Power plants are maxed. Let's build up those then. Actually, how many do we need here? Let's take a look at prices. Yeah, we need another... Oh, not Tennessee. Kentucky. Kentucky. We need another 6 levels, actually. So I'm going to throw those in at the top of the queue. And then it's going to be viable to increase the size of the... Oh my goodness, we're short on tax capacity. That's also bananas. Throw 5 levels up, not 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll throw 5 levels of government admins in there. Those will get built really fast. And then finally, we'll build a little bit of infrastructure and a bit of steel mills. So let's do there. And then we'll go back to Kentucky for the others. Plenty of infrastructure available here. We'll throw in those levels, and then let's see if we're... Kentucky, Iowa, and Virginia. We need probably only 1 level of government in Virginia. And then Iowa, we're short by about 10%. Where's Iowa? Here we go. Yeah, we're short by... We need a couple more levels. I'll build them up to 5. Government admins build really fast, so I can afford to throw those at the top of the queue with no problems. Probably shouldn't have scrolled all the way back through the queue that way, but that's alright. Alright, so we got the power plants, we got the railways. After that, we got lead mines. I do want to build up those lead mines. We'll throw these additional ports at the bottom of the queue because they're not needed in the medium term. What's that going to put in after them? That's going to put in the rest of the railways. Alright, that's completely fine. And the coal and steel expansions in Montana. Very good. And Montana's already got iron mines, so that'll be just fine in terms of throughput. Alright, beautiful. Whew, now we can relax a little. I got arc welding spreading, that's fun. And the Ottoman Empire would like our help. So what is this? The Russian Empire, the Kingdom of Russia, the Tsardom of Russia, which is democratic, if I recall correctly. Yes. Would like to steal Bahrain and take a protectorate over the Ottomans. On the other hand, the British would like to stop them. Relations between us and Russia are bad due to having a rivalry. They're willing to give us a trade agreement? I think not. But, let's see. On the other hand, Russia. What if... Oh, I can't liberate Ireland! No, I mean, Oh my goodness, there are so many. But not Ireland. Curious. Transfer subject, CB. They won't give me Cape Colony, but it would be nice. No. Okay, no. Let's not get dragged into one more foreign war over here. Is Russia still on... No, thank you. Is Russia still on peasant levies? They're still on peasant levies, and that means they're still on skirmish infantry. Oh my goodness. Skirmish infantry with no conscript artillery. That's pretty rough. What about Britain? What are you doing with your armies, Britain? Trench infantry. So I've got Britain destroying. I've got a Britain destroying military. I've got a military of a size that could beat Britain. Can't regime change anybody on this. Oh my gosh, Ottoman Empire still got slavery. No, we're not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting involved. I'm exercising self-restraint. I'm being a self-restrained cat. Legislation imposed on Chile refused. Chile has refused our demand that they enact a corporate state. The ambassador returns, bearing the news of the rejection. They chose pride over progress, he reports. The silence that follows lies heavy in the council chamber. How ought we to react to such insubordination? Chile, my friends. First of all, you know we could be better friends. After you refused to do that thing that I wanted. Change your regime. Oof, I'm really goofing my cohesion. But my maximum is still 92, or my set point is still 92, so I'm still feeling pretty good about this. This is our final episode of the run, by the way. Look at that, Monroe Doctrine Pact. Ooh, Ottoman Empire backs down. Interesting. So does that make you a Russian protectorate? No. You were only going for stealing Bahrain. They were adding that. Yeah, okay. Alright. Alright. It is what it is. Russia? I don't need to be rivals with you. Oh my goodness, it turns out I did need to be rivals with them. Look at all that. Look at all that influence I was getting from that. Gosh. Gosh. You know, I don't need to be continuing to increase. Maybe I'll close that out once Indian territory is chill. Am I rivals with Great Britain? I sure am. But I'm embargoing them. War profiteers. Pacifists led by Enoch Kelly are protesting against weapons manufactured in Alabama. Some may tell you the United States of America is at peace, Kelly told the crowd. Then he gestured towards the workshop, and with genuine anger in his voice continued, I tell you, as long as these rifles are fired in any country in this world, we are not at peace. The blood of these wars is also on our hands, and will not be washed clean before we cease to make these instruments of death. Halt production of rifles until this settles down. Alabama loses arms throughput. But all of it. Significantly reduce weapon production as a compromise. Yeoman farmers get a little unhappy, lose 50% of production, or we will not be shamed for our good craftsmanship. Yeoman farmers lose a lot of happiness. Ooh, actually, I want to keep them happy. How much of our arms industry is in Alabama? Not much. You know what? Shut it down. The rural folk have rural spoken. We are actually starting to eat into our reserve a little bit here, but that's fine. It's not a problem. Oh my goodness, North Livonian Uprising. And Tallinn. Oh, you're new. Hopefully some kind of republic. Going from universal to census. What a curious situation. Let's improve relations. No, I don't need better relations with Tallinn. Let's be reasonable here. Alright. Oh, I can't break the rivalry now. Oh, but only for a year. That's a shame. Suppose I could find another rival. German Empire is very stonky over there. Could rival them. Because Russia's doing kind of democracy, so we'll improve relations with them. And then at the end of the year, we'll end our rivalry. That's how we'll do it. That's how we'll do it. And then everything will be chill and nothing will be bananas. So, on the other hand, the French are notorious. Uh-oh. The French are notorious, and they're autocratic. So I think that means they need to be rivals. They can't be rivals? Can't, because relations are too good. Very well then. Alright, and we got a reactionary revolt in Argentina. Well, it is what it is. Let's send the regular army to deal with it. Alright, so we're working on those lead mines now. And they're almost done, actually. And then the rest of these railways are still in progress. Oh my goodness, the ones in Uruguay are taking forever. Uruguay, what is going on over there? Turmoil. It's turmoil. And they're doing real bad on infrastructure as well. Partially because they're not subsidizing those railways. New neighbors, new grudges. Minority group of Greek people has settled in the city of New York, seeking a better future. However, the local Yankee elites are stirring up resentment, claiming the Greek newcomers will destroy the traditional way of life. They don't belong here. Our Yankee customs, our way of life, will be lost if we let the Greeks settle, claimed a prominent landowner, his words echoing in the taverns and markets of New York. The newcomers hopeful but weary whisper of opportunity, but face closed doors and hostile stares. I'm going to do the same thing I always do. How's that? It actually didn't increase my level of radicalization nearly as much as I was afraid it would, which is good. How is the steel situation? Steel situation's still a little rough. I guess we haven't actually started any of these steel mills yet. We're just barely building one level of ports. Actually, I don't think I need even one level of ports in Connecticut right now. Okay, well, maybe I do. Gosh, maybe I do need one level of ports in Connecticut. Just on account of we're starting to get a little down there in convoys. Not far down there, but, you know, it could be better. Delicious water. Heck yes. Alright, investment pool's going down now, finally. That's good. That's very good. I suppose I could stop building stuff, but I don't wish to stop building stuff. I like building stuff, you know? Ooh, I threw one in Kansai. Well, it's fine. We can build one in Kansai. It's not a shame, but it's not urgent either. Oh boy, Jishui's doing really bad. Oh no, never mind. Jishui's not doing bad. It's just, it was just at the end of the queue and I got scared. Alright, everyone's being neutral about this, which is fine. That's just fine. Wow, that ratio is not as rock solid as I was thinking it would be. But I suppose that simply is what it is. Coal mines are doing fine. Let me see. These, I guess they do have kind of a real army here. But they're low on organization, so this is probably going to go really fast. Just going to quickly ignore theory popping off, and let me see, this is Champasak popping off. I can swiftly ignore these issues. Here's General Irving Kelly. Yeah, we got plenty of generals over in this army. Very nice. Alright, this war is going to go really fast. We've already got tons of occupation in all of the necessary locations. So that should finish out very quickly, just as all our other wars, all our other anti-revolutionary situations down here have. So, how's the power block? We're becoming more cohesive. Excellent. We finally hit orchestrated. Let me see, are we still improving relations with Chile? Yes, we sure are. Because that's our gating thing now. That's the thing we're trying to work on in order to improve cohesion for our power block. So yeah, so we built a very strong power block. There we go. That's dealt with. Mato Grosso is having a real bad time with construction. Oh no, it's just the Amazon rainforest. And what is this timed modifier? Ooh, film unlocked. Excellent. Let's make some movies. Also, tell me what's going on in Mato Grosso. Investigating atrocities. That's a rubber plantation throughput issue. Was it someone else's Mato Grosso? Yeah, slowed down construction. Okay, well, I guess I asked what the modifier was, and that's the answer to that question. electricity in Ivory Coast, North Dakota, Iowa, and Florida. Ivory Coast. Well, Ivory Coast can't employ. Here, we'll just subsidize this place. That's fine. The others are Florida, North Dakota, and Iowa. Florida. You're hiring, okay. Dakota. You need another level. Spain sides Russia. What is going on here? And what was the other? Iowa. And another in Utah. Iowa. Oh, needs a bunch. And then Utah is hiring. Alright, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm just going to throw all of these at the top of the queue just to get them done as soon as viable. Now, we got one more big diplomatic place. So, Russia, you want regime change in Meskhetiya, Kuban. You're trying to get Kuban and North Caucasus back. Reasonable. And to humiliate Britain, also reasonable. On the other hand, Britain, you want Lahej, Greece, Jabal Shamar, and the Nejd. Completely unreasonable. I disagree. Oh, interesting. Russia would not accept our support. Okay, well. It is what it is. I could support them unconditionally just to go after the British. I think that would be very entertaining. Just smash my way into Britain, one last gigantic war. But no, I'm focusing on my economy. In fact, I'm about to cross my 1 billion threshold, or I'm very close. I think I can get there before the end of the run, if I continue to expand steel production, which I will do. Successfully continuing to damage relations with France, that's good. Improving relations with Russia, that's going up a little bit. I'll be able to de-rival them pretty soon, reasonably soon. So, Ottoman Empire still autocratic is. Ooh, dough rollers. Excellent. Well, that's very good. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold everything. We're rolling dough. Oh, yeah. Make those crazy productive. Crazy productive. Alright, I could do arc welding, but I don't think I need it. Military, let's go with modern battlefield tactics. It's going to take probably more time than there is left in the campaign, but it will be nice. It'll be, you know, it's role-playing. We're doing what's reasonable. Electricity shortage this time in Colorado. I don't know how I'm going to find out what's going on with that by looking at Kansas. Subsidize it. Gosh darn it. Measure teen. Besides the Russian Galley. Russia, you still sure there's nothing I can get by. Oh my gosh, they're trying to transfer Egypt. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we've both strayed into the territory of mass aggression now. Damnable British. Meanwhile, everything's popping off in Ethiopia. Alright. That should mean... well, not until the 13th. Alright. End rival. Alright, so that puts our influence at a very moderate number. Let me see. Improving relations with Argentina is still useful. I shouldn't need to improve relations with Maya anymore. The battleship hoax. The Chronicle reports that a group of rascal academics have disguised themselves as visiting members of the Patnavi royal family. Officers at the Texas Naval Base believed the deception and offered them a tour of the fleet. The incident has caused great embarrassment for the armed forces. The officers present welcomed the hoaxers with an honor guard, and lacking any knowledge of Patnavi customs or fashions, they were unable to see through the disguise and raised the Barodan flag by mistake. The hoaxers then proceeded to speak in gibberish and perform fabricated Patnavi ceremonies to bless the fleet. Arrest them at once. Intelligentsia unhappy, but armed forces happy. Or bunga bunga. Jesus. Intelligentsia happy, but armed forces unhappy. Alright, so I can more easily afford the armed forces being a little bit... the armed forces could be a little bit happier. Arrest them at once. Shabamzo. Do it. Do it. Alright, how are those steel mills going? They're a little short. Why are they short? Montana, the Rockies. Well, you can't build very fast in mountains. I guess that was something I could have stood to know. You know, this Mato Grosso thing can finish when the series has ended. Mato Grosso doesn't need infrastructure that badly. Maybe, Brazil, you should subsidize the railways there. Okay. Oh no, it was Paraguayan Mato Grosso? Yeah, it was Paraguayan Mato Grosso. Maybe you should subsidize the railways. Maybe I should subsidize the railways. Let me see my my trade map. Isn't there a way to see the trade map? No? Okay. Or I mean, I'm sure there is, but I don't know it. I don't know it. I don't know it, friends. I think I might need power plants to run steel mills in Montana. I mean, I definitely need power plants as a given. Yeah, those take electricity. Okay, oh, I'm so smart. Let's build 10 levels of power plants. That'll at least get us part of the way there. And I'll throw those at the top. That'll be just fine. And that'll get us the power that we need. Let me see, that means I'm also going to need more power in Kentucky and Tennessee. So we'll build some power plants in those states as well. We'll go up to 30 in Tennessee, and in Old Kentucky, we'll go up to 20. And we'll throw those at the beginning of... Oh my gosh, we're already building the... This is a lot of construction capacity, friends. We're at 4,300. Alright, so we'll throw them at the beginning... Now, these ones in Montana will finish. The ones in Kentucky, we can safely throw to the bottom of the queue. I know the amount of queue rotation I'm doing feels kind of silly right now, but I swear it's important. Alright, and there's the power plants. Perfect. Alright, we're just where we want to be. Isak, I don't want to invest in you. I don't want to invest in anyone. I'm investing in myself. Like Kazuma Kiryu. Giving myself special moves by throwing money down my throat. Like a hero. Legislation imposed on Brazil refused. Oh. How I would react to such insubordination. Regime change. Regime change! And then we'll improve relations because I want the Brazilians to like me. At least the Brazilian government. Very solid. Very strong. Alright, so, who's winning in this war? The Russians, actually. Exciting. At least for now. Well, no, they're pressing into North Caucasus. That's very surprising to me, actually. Just on account of, like, they're using significantly outdated military methods. What side is Persia on in this? I mean, obviously they're aligned with the British, but I wonder what they're getting out of it. Are they a British protectorate? Yes, they are. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Yeah. Nope. That's all. That's wild. I guess pursuing an anti-Russian foreign policy is reasonable for Persia in this era in history. Oh my gosh, still insufficient construction for the construction pool. That's bananas. How is this possible? On the other hand, it is going to get me over that 1 billion hump, so let's do it. We're construction maxing. We'll go to Tennessee next. And Kentucky. We'll do it. And this one expansion will probably get me there. In fact, just on account of the value of... Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know to what extent construction points offer value into GDP, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe they just don't decrease, because I know that when you take input goods, what you input's reduced, and I don't think building construction reduces the size of your GDP. So maybe it just doesn't. Maybe it's just the entire value of the steel and all the other whatnots. Is this going to impact my finances? Not really, not in any way that matters. I've got a huge reserve, and more importantly, my debt limit is enormous. With this level of growth, I may even be able to be doing it the way historical countries do it, and continuing to increase the size of the economy at a rate that's simply faster than the rate at which my debt is going up, which would be truly bananas. But, you know, that's how countries do it. That's the notion. It's going up. It's going up. We might get there. Oh my gosh, I'll be really delighted if we're able to get there. Yeah, look at all these steel mills. Yes, haha, yes. Obviously, this number is, you know, like I said, we can live with it, but obviously it's not ideal. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, is it? This number, though, is making me feel real good. We're once again at more than half loyalists. That is really, we're really rocking it here. 992. Oh my gosh, I think we're gonna get there. I think we're gonna get there. It's the end of August. I got 4 more months. Let me see. Obligation expiring for Central America. America? You got a cool name. Absolve that obligation. You want me to eat your debt? 854k, that's pocket change for me. Pocket change. Anyone else got mega debts? Doesn't look like it. That's good. At least a lot of y'all are... Oh, Brazil does. 36 million. It's fine. Hey! Billionaire. Yeah, look at that huge chunk of my reserve. That's okay, Brazil. You and I are good friends. You and I are good friends, and I'm spending like crazy. Oh, I got my 1 billion. That's excellent. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. I finally made it. So that's going to mean this is an absolutely huge collective economy. So let's take a second to reflect on the power block. So, total prestige is 14,780, of which about 3/4 is the USA, and then the rest is from our junior members. Can I see the collective members? Here we go. So let me see. So, in terms of... Let's sort them by prestige. Sort them downwards by prestige. So, interesting. So, Colombia has the highest prestige in the power block because their economy is actually quite large. Canada as well. That's not shocking. Canada and Mexico is not shocking, but Colombia was a little surprised. Specifically, that it was bigger than Brazil. is a real surprise to me, because Brazil has a real growth market in terms of their economy. Block leader actions, cool. Maya's the largest economy of the smaller countries, but it looks like Peru Bolivia is the largest military. So total economy here, we got what? We got 1 billion plus 80, so that's 150, 200, 235, 275 with those two, 290, 305, 325 with those two, 345 with those two, these three, 365. Okay, so about 306, so 1,365,000,000 GDP, which is pretty impressive. Can I do population? Because I've got 117 million. Canada's got 11 million, so that's like 128. Mexico another 12 million, that's 140. 143. Call that 144. 146. 147. 147, we'll leave that there. Let's see, 100 and... we'll call this 9 because we rounded down the West Indies. So 147 becomes 156. Very low population here. 162. 165. 170. Not going to count any for Uruguay. We'll count them together with Paraguay as 2, so 172. And then throw Brazil in there, we got 184 million people. So, population-wise, not the biggest power block in the world, by any stretch of the imagination. Particularly in a world where there is a China and a Russia, and where Russia is taking over a ton of territory in China, it turns out. But, you know, still very respectable numbers. We've achieved a really rock-solid standard of living, as has the rest of our power block. We've achieved a very high literacy rate. We've reached number 1 in GDP and number 3 in GDP per capita, which is huge. Means our economy is crazy productive. Construction output is frankly ridiculous. Output in a lot of goods is frankly ridiculous. Look at all this. In terms of sell orders, our economy is massive. We're producing tons and tons of all of these really valuable resources. In terms of pop needs, we're satisfying them really well. And this is all productivity, by the way. This is all sort of just by making the staple and the medium luxury goods really, really cheap, because we're overproducing them. Because we didn't, unlike in many of my games, we didn't end up going down the route of workers' rights. We didn't end up going down the route of welfare beyond poor laws, and I think I left poor laws at level 1. No, I left poor laws at level 3. So there are some welfare payments, a little bit of extra food security, but I don't have that many unemployed pops. Yeah, very few unemployed in my country. So this is overall very little in terms of total population. Similarly, we don't have any extra standard of living from healthcare for the vast majority of people. And education is only influencing based on wealth. So overall, we're not actually getting quite as much, almost any standard of living from institutions. It's all from market management. So I think that's pretty impressive, personally. Brazilian talent. We'll do this, and then we'll close out the run. We see an opportunity to call in the obligation Brazil owes us by requesting the service of one of their commanders, Hermes Caldwell. He's ambitious, he's a woodland combat expert and a pillager, and he's integralist. I don't think that's useful to me. Not everyone is afforded the opportunities they deserve in their home country. We are an ambitious nation, one that will make better use of its skills than they ever could. Just when our military needs, they could accept, or their obligation is worth more than the skills of one man. I'm going to go with the second one. But yeah, overall, a very successful run. And we did our best to maintain democracy and capitalism and to drive off European intervention in the Western Hemisphere for the whole game. And I think we did a very successful job at that. Obviously, we left a couple of islands under British control. I don't know if Greenland counts, but this is not a... I think whatever certain political figures would say, I wasn't necessarily rushing to steal this territory from Denmark. So, you know. But yeah, we did it. We built ourselves a Monroe Doctrine Pact, and it's been a very enjoyable run. Let's take a look at those endgame charts. This is going to cut the sound. Or the music. This is going to cut the music. So this is in pie chart form. Once again, as any democratic country is going to have, we'll have a huge population of machinists, laborers, and clerks. That's more than half of the population. Looks like engineers are that next slice there. In terms of political strength, a lot of our political strength is held by that huge block of engineers, which isn't shocking. Those are very well-paid workers, very well-educated workers. Clerks and shopkeepers are the next slices, so that's going to account for our enormously strong petite bourgeoisie by the end. This slice here is our capitalists, which is a little bit of a surprise, again, because the capitalists are very... they're very rich, but there's not that many of them. I think the capitalist slice of the population is this one. Yeah, less than 1% of the population, which, again, not shocking. In terms of population, our nation at the end of the game was 1/2 Yankee, about 1/3 Dixie, about 1/6 Dixie, and about 1/3 peoples of other cultures. In terms of political strength, it was much the same. Dixie held about 1/4 of the political strength, Yankee about 5/8, and the remaining eighth, just over an eighth, was held by the entire rest of the population. Again, we have very little skew on a lot of these because we wound up in a very liberal culture. We didn't go to multiculturalism, but we stayed at total separation of church and state the whole game, if I recall correctly, and we went to freedom of, or not freedom of conscience. That's the religious one. We went to cultural exclusion pretty early, and so that means that our thing is relatively balanced here. You know, when you have a very reactionary country, you wind up with this being totally skewed for the primary groups. Not so much here. So, it's been a delightful run. If you've been having fun with it, go ahead and drop a like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it if you could. And we'll see what the future holds. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.